Hello, this is Samantha Sargent, doTERRA Wellness Advocate. Beverly and I are on today to go over what it looks like to help somebody get into a experience with adaptive. We call it experience. It formerly was called a study. So our team does 1 week experiences. Some teams do a 1 month experience. That's a lot of product. We as a wellness advocate provide those samples for people. So we're providing 7 days worth of an experience. A typical sample is 2 to 3 days worth of the oil or the product. So this is a much longer experience than a typical sampling would be. So we have recently been introduced to an upline. Her name's Crystal Nyman, and she's very organized. She has amazing systems and assistants. So we're jumping in on that. Beverly, I'm going to introduce her. So she was very ready to do some studies, basically. Like, she explained something to me and I was like, yes, those are the studies. So Beverly is a full-time Air Force recruiter, and so for the next 10 years that's her full-time job, and she loves doTERRA, so she uses the product and then decided, this is kind of a cool hobby / weekend job, side job, and this is perfect for someone like Beverly because right now she's shifted into focusing on school and focusing on a promotion, and doTERRA is always there. So you never have to, if you say I'm a sharer, I'm a builder, you don't have to say, oh, I'm not anymore, or I don't do that anymore. It's always there. So Beverly, in her daily, if somebody is there and she's like, oh, you could use this or you could use this, but she works with a coach, our friend Becky, and Becky helps people find their niche and find a focus. So that's what brought it up, Beverly, is you're like, I'd really like to help people or women with stress or hormones or whatever. So I was like, perfect. So that's why we're doing this today. Did you want to say anything else about yourself, Beverly, or about that discussion, what led us to deciding to do this?
No.
Okay, that pretty much covered it, right? Perfect. So I'm going to share the screen. So actually, I'm not going to share the screen yet. So what I want to talk about is, who do we put into a study? Why do we an experience? Why do we do an experience? Who are we working with? Why are we not doing it ourselves? We are basically plugging into what our upline is doing. So this video is specifically for our team. We are the Sharing Oils Joyfully builders on the Oils Journey group. Oils Journey is like the customers, and the Sharing Oils Joyfully are the business builders, and anyone above us and to the sideline of us of Crystal Nyman. So Crystal manages that for her team. So if you're cross-line to Crystal, this information is irrelevant to you. This is specifically for our team. This is not open to everyone. So this video is public. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to do this, then I think you can buy the system from Crystal, or you can create it yourself. It's so difficult to reinvent the wheel, but this might give you a good overview. And we are a team of abundance, so we know that there's enough for everyone, and whatever system that we're using, if someone else can duplicate that, it's an idea. You can't patent an idea. So probably the verbiage and stuff could be like trademarked. So just keep that in mind, that this could be information that you don't get to share with other cross lines. But this video is going to explain to us what we as wellness advocates will be helping our customers do as they go through. And actually, these are potential customers. So again, this is a sampling experience in a more long-term way and in a very structured way. They're going to give input before, after, and daily. They can win extra prizes along the way, courtesy of Crystal. So this is going to help us navigate who we pick for the study. So usually a study is for non-members. It's people that need to experience the oils before they decide to invest in their health and get a membership, become a customer or an advocate. So current members can put themselves through. So Beverly, if you're like, I've never been through a study, you can purchase the products and put yourself through a study. we wouldn't expect our upline to give us a week's worth of products to put us through a study because we already have access to the products. And then if someone already has a membership and they don't want to do the study, we have something called a challenge, which is so fun to go through. Usually the challenges are like 21 days of this or 30 days of this, and those are for both current member holders and people that maybe they have some essential oils that they got, some doTERRA essential oils that they've gotten from a friend or they bought retail, and say they have everything that challenge is doing. As a non-member, they can certainly put themselves through that challenge, or of course you can sell it off your shelf to them or get them a membership so that they can do the challenge. So that will be something we'll address in a future video. And then, so the challenge is for members and non-members, but today we're talking about the experience, formerly known as a study. But they do kind of go along with each other, so make sure you watch both, and if you have questions about the difference, then we will certainly cover that. So we're gonna talk about what they'll do, what emails they'll get, the start, the end, and what we do for them, and what they're gonna do in order to complete the experience as well. So yes, I'm definitely looking at my notes to make sure that we go through everything so that we don't miss a beat. But again, those questions, so Beverly's writing things down so we can go over those at the end. So again, we're not reinventing the wheel. Our upline does this so beautifully, we can plug into that. And then later we can duplicate this. So I do have a CRM. I don't have a personal assistant, so I am my own assistant. If you have a CRM or a marketing manager, this might be very easy for you to duplicate, but sometimes you want to experience it a couple of months in a row so you can really get a feel for it, and then you're like, yeah, I can do that. You kind of get a commitment from your team to invite people to do that so that you have participants and you're not just doing the same thing over and over without any participants, because that would be no fun. And we certainly could have pre-recorded videos that people can follow along with, but the part of the experience is not just experiencing the oils, it's interacting in the intro call, the exit call, and all throughout, either via email with Crystal or via Facebook, where she directs people to as well. There's a private group for that. And again, the challenges, we definitely want to do the challenges on their own, but the study for now, we're doing it together. So that covers all my notes on that one. So, oh, and that's actually all my notes. So now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna share the screen. I'm gonna share with you something. So this is our Facebook group. This is Sharing Oils Joyfully. So you do need to be on our team, or I need to know who you are so we can be a part of this. So I let everybody know that we were experimenting and seeing how we could line ourselves up for that. So I put that here. So Crystal has a Google Doc that she edits every month. Now see, this says September on there, but don't worry, because this is a general information and you're gonna have to find the link that's specific to the month of the person that you wanna put in the study. So yes, currently this is October. This is the September information, but you can still see it just the same. So I'm gonna pull this all the way over. So this is for us as builders, and Crystal does have a video or she has an intro that she does every month for builders. So she gives us an orientation going over all of this. So her group is Blues to Bliss. It's also, she has another group that we can talk about too. So you wanna make sure, the one caveat that you might find is when you put a non-member into Crystal's group, she'll know that it's ours because we work with her closely. But if you're in another cross line to Crystal, you may put someone in and she doesn't know that they're your person. So if they really connect with her and they enroll with her, she may not enroll them on your team. So you want to be very clear with them. And she is amazing in her videos. She says, the person that invited you to watch this video will answer all your questions. Or, you know, she'll make sure that she's always directing back to you, but sometimes it slips through the cracks. So that's why I always tell people, when you're ready to invest in your health and to use essential oils on a regular basis and you're ready for that membership, I'll put your first order in, or I'll have a special link for you. So make sure that you're using your link generator. If you don't know what that is, I do have a training video for that as well. So see, she just has to change her wording right there. So this is an old document though. So anyway, she just lays it all out for you. If you're not familiar with the benefits of and basics of running a study, here is a daily mentor call, which we use. That's Elise Shedevy, another one of our uplines. She's laid out a beautiful system for us. So she directs you directly to that, and you can go watch it, number 34. And then aside from the work you need to do, it's outlined below. So the information for the study has been automated via email registration. So we will get our people that registration link. They'll register, they'll get an acceptance email, and then leading up to the event, they'll get different emails that have the stuff. And we're going to go over all those emails today. There's a corresponding Facebook group for this study, and they'll check in. They'll have personal accountability. If they don't have Facebook, that's okay, because they can reply to the email. And what our friend Katie has done, Katie's a builder on Naomi and Monica's team, who's a part of my team, and they started creating three-way chats. So one Katie and another Katie, there's two Katies, me and Monica, in this group chat. So we were late with the registration code, so we just put her in a group chat and making sure she gets all the information. So that's a great way when someone's in a study. For instance, Katie works all day long. This is the same as you, Beverly. You work during the day, sometimes on weekends. So when you have someone going through the study that you think might need some attention while you're at work, this is my full-time career. So by you putting them in a group chat with me, when they ask a question, I can give them the answer to the question more immediately than you. And that's what this team's all about, making sure that your customers are getting what they need and that you feel edified as a leader, or if you're a sharer or a customer that just so happens to have a downline, those people feel supported, but you still feel engaged and you're learning at the same time. So I hope that's not too much information there, but yeah, so the plan. So she tells you the dates. So it's always 7 days. And we prepare with the sampling materials. So at least a couple days, if not a week before. If they're out of town, obviously, you might want to mail it 3 weeks ahead of time and say, don't start until this date. So this tells you exactly what to give them. A week's worth of adaptive soft gels, 7 to 10 pills, 30 to 35 drops of the corresponding oil. It can be in a roller, a dropper, a sample vial, whatever you have on hand. Any printed materials, so usually an A to Z book, your business cards, daily protocols, and those are a part of the email series. So I think she has them here so we can see them, but she also provides it for them in the automation that is very closely interacted with too. So you're going to promote and personally invite so many numbers. So you set that goal. So Beverly, I would love to see you just get one person in the study every month. Maybe 2, you can do 10. There's really no limit, but it's just exciting to know once you've done it once, then it just gets so easy to do over and over and over. Yeah, so it's based on what you feel you can do. So you're going to personally call and text your family and friends to see who would like to be a part of it. Use the graphics here. So when you click here on this Google Drive that she created, it's easily linked in there. So you've got the daily tracking sheet. So if you're mailing it to them or if they're local, you could certainly print this for them, or you could email it to them ahead of time and say, you're probably going to get another one of these in your emails, but I wanted to give it to you early. I have no idea why it's not letting me click on these. It's over here. Let me see, maybe I have to double click. Okay, that worked. So the daily protocol, this is telling you what to do. So they can totally print that out, or if they just have a folder in their phone as a good reminder. And so each day, they're going to say how they feel morning and night. So they're just going to give a sort of number 1 to 10 there. And then the details here, it's telling them. So this is kind of an invitation. So this could be your digital piece. This could be something that you text to someone. And you have to be sure that they're willing to stick to the protocols we provide, that they'll give the honest feedback, that they'll attend at the launch call, or at least watch the video, because that is recorded, but we do encourage the live interaction. Again, that's a part of the experience. And then at the end of the study, there's a wrap-up experience. And if you share your testimonial, she gives away more free oils. If you do interact in Facebook or on email, you get more free stuff, which everybody loves free stuff. So again, here's another invitation that you can use. So she just made some easy graphics that will be ready to go for. And again, the tracker and the protocol, so people have that visual reminder. So then, yep, you can post on your social media. Our team is aiming to have one team social media that we all participate in. And we will have a different a page for the whole team, a group for enrolled people, and then a group for people that are not yet enrolled, so that we can make sure once they do become a member, they get put into the next group, but that this group is specifically enrolled people. You talk differently to people that have a membership versus those that don't, because they don't understand our lingo yet, but we teach them that. So it's easy. But yeah, so these are just some suggestions of what you can do. And it does tell you, yes, it's free, and that it's 7 days. And this is one of the examples verbiage. So anyone else feel more anxious than usual right now? I finally found something that's helped me, and I want to share it with you. I'm running a 7-day study for those struggling with stress and anxious feelings. Also, this is a very good one for sleep, so you can definitely add in. And again, Beverly, it's highly recommended. Do the challenge for yourself, and then you can share exactly what happened for you. So you can't have a doTERRA membership already. If you are in, you provide your own samples. That is allowed. Can't already be working with another wellness advocate. So we help people grow where they're planted. We don't cross-recruit. If someone's already been working with somebody and sampling them and educating them, we just help them grow where they're at and encourage them to reach out to their upline to see who is doing a study, if that's maybe the last piece that they need to make that commitment. And then stick to the protocols, honest feedback, the things that those digital pieces already mentioned, and that you'll continue to follow up with them on a daily. So there's some more example posts, and then here's the registration link. So again, it changes every month, but once it's there, you click it, it's good to go, and that opts them in. You can also fill the registration link out for them. So if they're like, hey, I want to do this, let me just show you. I'm not sure if it's going to come up or not, because this is an old one, so it may not generate anything. But if they're like, yeah, I want to do it, you can ask them. I'll send you the link so you can fill it out. It's just name, email address, and phone number, I believe, is all that it asks. And maybe I can ask Crystal to add another field that would say who referred you to this program. That would be really helpful for us to know that she knows who's engaged. And see, that's not even coming up, so it's probably just an expired one. So no biggie, but that's pretty much all it is. Name, email address, phone number. And so they'll immediately receive an email about the study and the form, another form to fill out, and when it starts. So, oh yeah, that's one part. So, I mean, knowing who to put in the study, obviously, if you know someone really well and you're like, whoa, you're super anxious, you totally need adaptive. You can talk to them about it. And, you know, maybe if you have your roller ball, just put some on them right there. Or if you have it going in the diffuser, ask them, how do you feel? You know, use this today and let me know how you feel. If you want to do 7 days of that, then we'll go from there. So yeah, build their relationship, tell them how the study will work, confirm that they can attend, ask questions, get a better picture of their wellness and maybe what else they could use beyond the study. And then Crystal will lay out exactly the dates that you need to send them by. She'll tell you the date and time of the Zoom launch. So usually she has 2 options and it is recorded so they can watch the playback. And then gather the assessments, and they do all the studies. So again, all the directions are here. And then the study wrap up is listed as well. And then it's our job to follow up with our participants to make sure that we're personally discussing with them when the right time for them to get their stuff going. And then these are Crystal's Calendly and Google Calendar. So that's how she puts her own people through there. And again, once we've experienced this and we have all the data, then we can put it into our own CRM because we do have that capability, but it's a team collaboration for sure. And then, yeah, tips for success: strategize, look for places where you can specifically put people. If you have a share in one particular leg and that's where you need to rank, reach out to them and say, I'd like to put 2 of your people through a study. Who do you have, that comes to mind that needs this? And if they help you get someone in, then you can give them a gift. You can give them a prize because they already have a membership. So we get really creative with how we do that, and we're just here to help people. So it goes along with that. And then, yeah, I can build and build and build. If they help you get 10 people in, then you give them so much. And so, yeah, if you gather more requests, then we just go and go and go. So that's the big overview for us as builders. And then now we're going to go into the part where I show you what their emails are. So I went through her study. So the first email, it says, welcome to the adaptive study. Make sure you have your Google form filled out. Let me see if this Google form still loads. So this is the starting survey. So they put in their basic information, how they feel before, and just some other basic questions. So that's the platform for their beginning piece. And then it tells them all the details, some testimonials, what to expect, the times and dates of those launch. And so people can put it into their calendar. And she usually has a thing that you can click and it will put it into your calendar. So if you're pretty big on having things in your calendar with all the links and everything. And then again, right here, making sure you have your samples, making sure you have your tracker sheet and your protocol sheet, which you may have already sent them when you asked them to do this study. But again, it provides it for them here in case they misplaced it or hadn't printed it yet, then they're good to go. So that was the welcome. After that, they have a reminder checklist. So, hey, are you ready to go? It starts in so many days, and just a review of what they just got. Then day 1. So before day 1 is the launch call. So they're going to say, tomorrow's when you start, wake up and either use the pill or the oil. And then before bed, use the pill or the oil. People will have different ways to do that. And we can talk amongst ourselves too. And I can answer that maybe a little later too. Why would you have someone do something at night and something, why would it be different? So it's telling you kind of what to do there. But it is open for people to be able to do different things. And there's the Facebook group, so they can get in on that. And then just an extra little snippet of what they might be able to do. Then again, day 2, they go to, here's what you've done. Here's how's that going. You can engage in the Facebook group or reply here. Then day 3. So it's obviously very simple. It's almost the same thing each day, but as you know, when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing the adaptive study. You've got the email. A lot of people check it from their phones, and she's just kind of telling you what you can do there. And then we go back now to day 4, which I'm pretty sure is very similar to all of them. So I'll just kind of zip through that. Yep, nothing too complex. And then day 5, same thing. How's it going? We're getting towards the end. How are you feeling? And then day 7, same thing. And we will see you on the wrap-up call today. So day 7 is the last day, and that's the wrap-up call. And then let's see what comes out. Obviously, there's a thank you for participating. And all along the way, you would have been working with your advocate. Some people 2 days in, they're like, get me this stuff right now. I don't want to get to day 7 and then have to wait 4 days for my package to come in. Gimme, gimme, gimme. So hopefully that will be the case. And then she does send the studies and things like that. So does that seem easy, overwhelming? That's pretty much everything that I have. So Beverly, does that make sense? Does that have a pretty solid flow?
Yeah, it seems pretty easy.
Yeah. So do you know why some people might take the adaptive in the morning or at night and might use the oil at night or the morning?
Um, I mean, me personally, I would probably want to do the adaptive at night to calm me down and start decompressing for the day. Um, maybe in the morning, I like to be ready, get up and go. I don't need to be calmed down.
Right.
I are mental focus in the morning. I don't want to like turn that off, but at night before the bed, I do want to turn it off. So I would prefer the adaptive at night.
Yeah, the pill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So hopefully people will be that intuitive and they'll just know.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you an experience from some of us. I'm a pretty good sleeper already. And the first time I took adaptive, the pill, I did take it at night. Um, and then a couple of other people, we were all in an Airbnb together and they all took it at night too. And when they woke up in the morning, they're like, man, I had some weird dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because had we known then, we probably would have kept taking it at night. But a few of us switched to taking it in the morning because if you're not a good sleeper and you take the adaptive pill and you go into REM,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to dream.
Mm-hmm.
And so if someone hasn't dreamed in a really long time,
Mm-hmm.
then they're going to hit that REM and have bizarre dreams and they're going to be like, oh, I'm not taking that at night.
Mm-hmm.
But if they keep taking it at night, they might realize, okay, this is what I need at night.
Right.
But it does work just as well in the morning. Yes, Cody, you can have that. Shut the door,
Have
please.
free?
Yeah.
Mommy, can you open these for me?
um,
These are free for me. Free for me.
he's not supposed to come in here right now, but we roll with it. This is how we roll in doTERRA. We work with our kids. We work with other people in the house. There you go, bud. You did a good job eating all your fruits and vegetables today. It's very close to Halloween. So anyways, some people are like, oh, I can't take it at night, and that's fine. My husband's a counselor in the jail, so he works with a lot of people in his stressful job sort of thing. So during the day it is helpful. A lot of people combine it with Serenity or Copaiba. So there's lots of variations that we can do, but that one is kind of a caveat. It's not really a warning. It's just like a be aware because if you have that experience, you might get weirded out. Because some of us did, but we love doTERRA, so we just switched it up. No big deal. So yeah, that's just another thing. You know, if someone's like, oh, my stomach is always messed up or whatever, you kind of know how to sample them. But if someone wants to experience longer than a couple of days of a sample, then that's another option that we can put people into. So sometimes your upline like me can help you with products. So if you're ever like, oh my gosh, I need this person in, I ran out, do you have any? Then I'm happy to have that discussion with you and just kind of see how that goes. And hopefully other people will ask questions. I'm not sure if anyone is watching on Facebook, so I might pop in there real quick and see. But you can still ask questions on YouTube. You can ask questions. My email address is oilseducation@gmail.com. My phone number is public information, 719-310-9211. So you can call or text that. So yeah, we're here for you guys for those questions. Nope, I do see one comment online. Oh, Pam's just saying awesome. Totally awesome. So yeah, hopefully that's a good overview. That's from beginning to end. That's kind of our experience as a wellness advocate, how we're supporting and how our upline is supporting. And then that's also the journey for the customer, what they're going to experience too. So I think I'm going to quit recording and then we can continue our discussion there.